You know. Lord, what's a passcode?
She can't promise me, that's where I'm worried, she's not.
Oh, it is. Hold on, get it. Get it right. Thank you. Yeah, I know. I think.
That would be a record.
I think. Or that. This one or that one. Would you get here? Oh, I gotta say, this, you good to go? Yeah, go ahead and get started. I'll help you there. Figure out where that is.
All right, it is 6:01. October 15th, 2025. We're gonna call the Battleground Conservancy District meeting to order. The first thing we have on our list is adopt the 2026 budget.
And I'm hoping in your packet you have resolution. Ordinance number 25-24.
I got this.
And this shows you the total of the budgets that we've been working with through the advertisement period, the total bottom line number for your capital reserve, which is $150,000, and for your operating fund is $1,040,648, which on the provides you revenue of $265,404, and the rest of it is made up with water sales and other revenue, miscellaneous revenue. And on your net, on your AV, which is gross AV for the county, it's independent of all of the deductions and other activities on people's assessed values. It's the tax rate is 11.5 cents per thousand, 0.1150. They're adopted tax rate. And we just need a motion to approve.
I'll make a motion to approve the ordinance resolution number 2524, the budget for 2026.
Second. That's all I know. Second.
I have a motion by Dave, second by Tim. Any discussion? Hearing none, all in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I will pass around the resolution for signature. This one's different from others that you received through the year, in that there was a box for your name. And you also have to check how you voted. There's aye, nay, or abstain. You need to check one of the three. While that's going around, this is the bond for financial clerk, $15,000 bond for the year 2026. And I have these recorded at Tippecanoe County. They want to see that the board has reviewed this and is approving it. There's a little tiny space right here, and I would like everyone who's here tonight to put your name in there, leave enough room for the other signatures.
Sign our name.
Well, either way, just so they know that you reviewed it.
No, it's, trust me, y'all got ours.
Then I'll print.
My signature would have taken it at that box.
And this is other random information while you're signing, but This is a copy of our utility bill. And on the bill, it has previous balance, any penalty that was assessed, payments, adjustments, and the wastewater, stormwater, and water and tax are actually last on the bill. There was a request to make more of the fact that there was a previous balance, a delinquent amount on this bill when it goes out. So they have changed this so that there will be a line up here where it says make check payable to, there'll be an additional line that says previous balance due. So that when people look at that, they'll go, oh, I didn't pay last time. And they won't have to just notice that there was previous balance and a penalty in the lineup for the column of amounts due. So as it does say current charges and then pay this amount, and on this particular one, they're different. Current charges is lower. Pay this amount's higher because it includes the previous balance, but that was a little bit obscure for some people, so now the next bill that we get printed next week will have that additional line that says, hey, there's a balance due on this one from before. Past due amount.
So people couldn't see that, is that what it was? Or-
I can share on that. Thank you for following up on that, Virgin. One of the customers that lives in my area got hold of me and said, why is my water bill so high? And they had a history of paying online every month. When she went to do it, a different screen came up. And she just hit okay and didn't think anything more about it. Then when they got their next bill, it was a lot. And there's just two of them. So I get the text and when we use a lot, because we got a lot of grandkids in and out and I'm watering and doing stuff. And he said, this is how much ours is. And I said, well, that's less, that's more than mine. And I said, I know I used a tremendous amount of water. And so we went over and we got a flow chart to see if they had a leak, what was going on. And it turns out everything added up right. And then she said, well, here's my history. And she pulled it up and it was like every month. But then she went to look in her bank account and it didn't take it out that month. But when they got, when you don't really get that if you're doing unless you click to look at it and then it's on your phone, so it's not that big. And there was nothing red, nothing big, nothing in caps. It said past due. And she went through the process, thought she'd already paid. So they couldn't figure out, they thought that was all this month's charges. And that was also the time when there was a mistake on the billing for the water credit. So we'd issued out another one. He said, well, yeah, but our other one's still too high. Well, it's because they were carrying a penalty in the previous months. So I got hold of Georgia, and that's why we're gonna have it so it's capital and we can see it better. And
So when they pay it online, don't they get a receipt?
Probably through their bank. I'm assuming they paid it on their bank online, or was it through our online service?
our online.
I pay mine through our online and I always get back a email that says, thank you for your payment.
Yeah.
Well, then maybe it was through the net because it
Or maybe they don't have notifications on the.
They may not have their notification set up.
Oh, true.
That could be something else.
and I just said, I don't know, I don't pay online. I drop mine off in the drop box at the town hall. But anyway, got it taken care of, was able to help them, and then hoping this will help anybody else, because how many other people don't realize, if you get that and we don't, if we're not tagging and we're not sending out a cardboard print, you think you paid it, it snowballs.
I've paid mine online through my bank before, and for whatever reason, it never arrived here. So it gets mailed directly here instead.
Yeah.
It's not
That's
electronic.
why I quit doing it.
So I've had that happen once or twice, but when I look at it, notice it's a lot higher. I look to see, and that's when I go back and search my bank records, and for whatever reason, hadn't, then it shows up the next month, I'm paid ahead, so. Weird.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, moving on, minutes.
I make a motion to approve them.
A second.
A motion by Rick, second by Farrell. Any questions? Discussion? All in favor signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
I'll abstain because I wasn't.
Same.
Who abstained?
I didn't.
Intimidated.
Yeah, we missed last.
That's good, that's enough. Give us four.
Moving on, chairman comments. We have a guest, Matt Topic. I would like Carol to head up a committee. And one or two people, it doesn't matter, up to you. And if you want me to be on it, I will, to meet with Matt and discuss some issues that had came up. If you'd be willing to head that up,
Absolutely.
are you okay with that?
Yep,
Uh,
I think there needs to be some conversation between both boards at some point in time, just because of locates and stuff of that nature, which we discussed on any and
so, whoever you wanna pick, or,
Any volunteers?
Yeah, I will, as long as you're gonna do it, as long as we're gonna do it pretty quick.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah, me too.
I had knee surgery October 29th, so if we do it before then, I'm fine. After that, you guys are on your own.
At least I'm sure, because I'm out Monday, Tuesday, so I didn't.
you ain't gonna stay too
I'm
early.
already paying Piper to do that.
That's my.
they gave you a little tricycle.
Yeah, I know.
You won't.
I'm with sympathy. I don't want to try.
Oh, okay.
can you give me information that I can reach me on, and we'll set up a time.
You want Matt's info?
Yeah,
Okay. I can
What's the
send, I can
calendar?
forward it to you.
okay, we'll try to,
We'll set up a time. Yeah.
While we're on topic here, just to give this to Dan. We have ordered both cartridges to drop that water main because we are not able to identify the pipe type that's up there other than as PVC. So there's two different classes that could possibly be. So we have both cartridges. So what we're going to do when we do these inserted valves, not they're hydrostop brand inserted valves. We're going to core drill through the sleeve.
See which one it is.
And, yeah, you're exactly correct. We got to get the ID of the water main, off live. So we know which one to use. So the hydrostop valves were ordered last Friday, 7 to 10 days out. One was well, let's rephrase that. The most common one was in stock. The other ones were not. So that way we have both. So once we identify which it is, we can do the insert valve. We can drop the water. But we need to plan that out. So again, there'll be some communication with Rock and Dirt, with the Conservancy, as far as when those are going to be in, so we can get this scheduled out, so we can get the work done there. Okay, cool, awesome. And at some point in time, we're gonna have that conversation that we don't have.
So the valves, Matt, there's three of them coming.
There's two.
There's two coming.
Well, let's rephrase that. There's four.
But we don't know which one we're gonna use, so the others are returnable.
Yes, they'll
Okay.
go in stock. We gotta use two, no matter what. We're using two
Right.
valves no matter what.
But you got four coming. Yeah,
Correct.
okay.
So,
That's correct.
so Matt, thanks for coming tonight. A question I have, and it was actually captured last month in the minutes. It drew my attention because when I sat on the meeting on Monday,
Correct.
and you said that guest comment from Ed said he asked if customers would lose water pressure when the valves were installed. Dan said customers should not have any interruption in service. That is contrary.
You're going, yeah. there's
Yes, contrary
no way
to
you'll
what-
lose water. I don't think you're gonna be able to feed both directions. You don't have a loop, do you? We put these inserted valves in, you're gonna kill water.
We're going to feed from Hawks Nest.
You'll still be able to feed Woods Edge.
Yeah.
Okay, well,
No,
I was, yeah, okay.
Okay, I just want to make sure that's kind of
Okay.
conflicting.
I thought there was some redundancy there somewhere.
Okay.
I just want to make sure. clear.
I was not under that impression, so that's, my
Okay.
fault, that's
All
not
right.
me. Okay.
No worries. Thank
Yeah,
you.
that's on me.
So my question was, will we be out of service while the construction is happening, the valves are being inserted? I still don't know the answer to that.
Dan says no.
At one point in time, Dan had said that we were going to be out of water, even if we did this, so that's. Yeah, so I'm,
And then I asked, are we gonna have to boil water?
No.
They'll
If you
flush
guys have
that
some redundancy,
portion.
we're good to go then. That's, yeah.
Okay.
Last I knew though, that putting these in, you were still losing water. So, hey, it's cool.
Okay.
And will there be a small little section where that pipe, will there be a 2 or 3, will there be a few houses right in that vicinity that might have? Okay,
No, because last meeting Ed was worried about him being shut off. He didn't really care about anybody else. But Ed,
I'm here to represent the entire neighborhood.
yeah, he's there as a representative,
You're saying it's your most important customer.
yeah, we can't shut off water to Woods Edge because they wouldn't have any fire protection.
No, I understand that. I'm fully aware of that.
Yeah.
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 Fully aware of that. The
But see,
process
I
is-
thought there were a few houses that might,
I also
Bring them.
found out there's a person on dialysis out there,
yeah, so we.
which don't help.
All right. We're good there. Joe, customer service report.
There were 12 customer service reports for the month of August 2025. 3 water quality related, 2 in the north of County Road 600 North District, 1 in the south of County Road 600 North District. 2 were shut off turn on requests, both in the north of County Road 600 North District, coincidentally the same address. So, work being done. 5 usage reports, 1 in the historic district, 3 in the north of County Road 600 North District, and 1 in the River Bluffs / Illinois District. There was a hydrant related report in the historic district, and then there's a 1 water pressure report in the River Bluffs / Illinois District. 1 report was open as September 11th, 2025, and 3 look to be implicitly closed based on these reports by Dan or the office. Any questions?
What was the last thing you said about closed?
Well, 3, the way I think Dan or the officer replied to him was like implicitly closed, like if they're still having like discoloration of water or pressure or something like that because of flushing or some other work in there.
They
So this-
would call us.
This
Yeah.
covered the flushing time period, we know of flushing.
Yeah, I think most of them related to during the flushing out.
Also, he's on vacations.
Any questions?
Superintendent report.
Any questions on it? I sent it out to everybody. Everybody did it.
Yep.
Any questions?
I would think so.
The only thing I didn't list on here, and I couldn't remember if I said something last month, is we got our results back for the PFAS for our second round.
Yes. How'd that go?
And they were A1. So that is the testing, PFAS again. We won't have to do it unless the EPA does a change. So that's a happy note.
All right, any other questions for Dan?
And new Woods Edge meter goes in tomorrow morning,
Pardon?
Tomorrow
You-
afternoon?
tomorrow afternoon, new Woods Edge
Tomorrow afternoon,
meter.
we were out there today,
Doing the prep.
flushing the bypass line. Sucking out, and cleaning the pit, getting it all ready.
Back truck worked nicely.
Okay. Look good.
All right, Georgia. Financial report.
We have the registers, 2 registers. Claims. The escrow transfer for September was $83,273.79. And the total for the operating claims was $63,230.20. Do you have any questions?
That,
Yeah, oh, go ahead. You're-
that meter pit, was that the first house or was that the one on the other cul-de-sac on Lookout Drive? The first bill? The Hoosier
Oh,
Rose?
first house,
Is that because we had to,
we put the meter pit outside because
it was in the
that's
garage?
the one that's in the crawl space and flooded it in. It has the mixture of all different dissimilar metals.
Right. Did we ever hear back from them if that helped?
Haven't heard a thing. I think I'm gonna stop by and check with them because I don't have a number for them.
Maybe you had number one there. What's the vertical horizon?
No, you just nailed my question.
The vertical horizon is hammers that were donated from the fire department. So they were donated by the trustee. And that's putting them at the water barn. And it also looks at the booster building, the sewer plant. That's at the well field.
So that's all labor.
That's. Yeah, it's misleading
Yeah.
because the one says it's for low voltage wire for $9,000 and it's really labor. They're putting everything
How's that figure?
in.
So they coded it as wire, but it's really labor?
Yes, otherwise there's no labor mark on it.
So
I had figured it out, but I'm gonna call them anyways.
it doesn't make sense.
I know, yeah, otherwise there's
Does that, I
$9,000.
mean, how do you come up with labor at $9,547.55?
I don't know. but
Who got the
they-
55
Yeah.
cents?
Unless they,
Huh?
unless they, but I'm gonna call Ron Lakeman, because it's his company,
Okay.
because I seen that too.
Yeah. Okay,
I think they wrap more than one item into the labor. I
they'd
think,
have to, because labor wouldn't have any sense on it. I mean, that'd
No.
be, no.
I think they wrapped some cable and labor in on that.
Okay, well, let's make sure when you look at that, if we didn't get charged any sales, I mean, there's not sales tax built into
Right.
that. That's the first thing I think of when you got cents involved is sales tax. We don't pay sales tax, but if it's all supposed to be labor, then we probably need it itemized a little bit differently, like all the wire and everything at zero and or
Yeah.
however they're gonna do it, but
Right,
needs to have some.
I thought it needed to be changed, but
Yeah,
so. You're not on the wrong track.
yeah. Good catch, Carol. I saw that. That's what.
So are they gonna give us a breakdown, just we have it for our records or?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Yeah.
ask for a new
Yeah,
invoice top of it, I think, same thing.
Same, and board members have some questions.
and then, yeah,
It
just say,
would have been nice if things had been up 2 months, 3 months ago. We could have caught the thief down there.
Any other questions?
and Dan will just, once he gets that new invoice, just send it out to the board.
Yeah,
So we can
I'll
look at it.
copy it.
And we'll-
Can I get a motion?
I have motion to approve the escrow transfer. And the accounts payable.
Okay. I have a motion from Joe, second from Tim. Any discussion? All in favor signify with aye. Opposed?
Does anyone need a claim form or additional meetings?
That's.
Who did you get online?
What's that?
Did you get online?
I got online, last.
No, with the Wi-Fi password.
Yeah, thank you, yeah, appreciate it.
Yeah.
Hang on to it for the name.
You gotta sign it too, so.
You guys need another pen?
Mine just is done. It works every other time.
Yeah, it works.
Billy writes every other letter.
Anybody needs a claim form? Did everyone, in addition to me, get a mailing from American Water Resources for water line information?
Is that insurance?
I don't think so.
I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's a insurance thing. I think I got one too.
I got one.
I did the same thing as David, I discarded it.
I
I
don't
don't know if I did
know.
get it.
Some of that pays good.
I didn't get any questions from anybody. I don't know. if you wanna-
No, I can't tell you what Fran Steve Hahn has, but it paid for his sewer line.
Yeah.
When it had to be replaced, 2-3 years ago.
American Water does have a program that we can participate in if we want to, right?
Yeah, Alliance.
Alliance,
Alliance.
Alliance has it,
One of them got for water and sewers.
but I think you have to pay for it for everybody, or you have to,
No,
You
it's
have to
for the
get-
customer
it's
if
for
they
the
wanna
customer.
take it on.
well. I know I received this one, and I know that our entity has availability through the Alliance if you decide you wanna support that. Mailings for people, we could look into it. I never have. Because we never discussed it as something that we want to put out. But it's out there.
Yeah, I get ones from like 3 different companies.
Back to
Probably.
financials, you have an appropriation report and you have a fund report, and I did want to mention something about the fund report. When you read it for September 30th, it looks like month to date expenses was only $4,000 and something. I moved the purchase of the hydrovac from operating to the reserve account. Because it was so high, the $45,000. So it came in as a negative purchase on September's books. So that's why your fund report looks like we only spent $4,000 in September, and we spent $48,000. But the net effect on your appropriation report was it made your operating balance go up $45,000, and it reduced your capital reserve account by $45,000.
Mm.
So you're sitting at 30% budget remaining for this year. Instead of something lower than that.
You said that was for what again?
Hydrovac,
Our back in trailer.
Hydrovac, it was on the list.
It only made sense that that come out of capital reserve instead of operating.
right?
Yeah, it does.
That was probably an oversight by us when we approved that, where the money was coming from.
Yeah.
I would really like to have the $50,000 in that item, next to the last item under operating, that code 520, the last 3 digits are 520, transfer to capital reserve. I would still like to have that available at the end of the year to transfer out to that 602 fund.
Where's,
520.
Yeah, it's on the second page of your appropriation report.
Capital reserve.
The next to the last line in the section that's still the 601 operating
Okay.
expenses. If there's money remaining in the budget, we'll transfer it out to a little reserve.
yeah,
I'm sorry, why is that needed to do that?
Well, it's your
Savings account,
It's your
basically.
savings account,
yeah,
yeah.
Okay.
It's your savings account.
for a major project.
You've got plenty of reserve money in your 601 account.
Right,
This is just what's budgeted, it's not what's in the bank.
right.
And I'm trying to make it so that when you look at your capital line, if you've got a big project coming up, you'll know how much money you have on your fund report, you'll know how much money you have in savings or in reserve for the major project.
And that'd be for the rest of this year or for next year?
It'll go into the capital reserve, which for whenever.
All that's budgeted for next year out of the capital reserve is $150,000, but we can access more than that if we need to, but I don't have any paperwork that says what we're gonna do with that reserve money, so I just picked a number out of the air.
Yeah.
Essentially for reserve, but there's a process to access any or all of it. If we have a major project that we need to. It's about 50 days, you have to advertise for an additional appropriation and go through a couple meeting cycles.
So we can move it from the 520 down to the 602 without any.
Right, because it's been budgeted.
Mhm.
Back up to the shop vac. Thing, or the not shop vac, but the truck vac. We went from capital reserve other or capital reserve improvements.
Well, it was in improvements,
And we took it out of there and put it in
but I
there.
really need to split that $100,000 so that it's in other, because when you get down, it doesn't really matter for us sitting here, but when you get down to your annual report and they look at improvements as something physical and other could be machinery, so it divides it out at the very end of the year with that in mind for your annual report, and that's the only reason.
Gotcha. Okay, no, that makes sense.
What else you have? Rose? Were we supposed to do something? Were we supposed to approve the escrow transfer?
Yes, we did.
I put it in the motion.
Already
Okay.
It's already, yeah.
Sorry, I didn't hear that.
There's no questions about the fund report or the appropriations. I'll mention this engagement document that we got from the municipal finance group called London Lee Group. They were the ones I told you about. If we engage them for the town, I wanted to also have them review your books for rate consulting. And their cost to you would be no more than $5,000, which is good. That's a very reasonable. What they will want is 3 to 5 years of operating expenses and all the work that you've done so far on your 5-year plan. And whatever you're gonna do in the next 12 to 18 months. Because they'll look at that, they'll look at the rates that you've got now, what you're generating for services revenue. And set up for us a 3-year plan for increasing charges that will cover whatever you've got planned to expend in the next 5 years. We have to do that process with a certified municipal advisor for the bond, the sewer plant. It was getting ready to engage, and I just think for us, it's wise for you to choose them so that when we have a profile of increases on our utility bills, that it's thoughtful, that it's not hitting everybody with 2 increases at exactly the same time, that we stage them a little bit. We've been doing that all along, but for you to have a municipal advisor sign off on your rate increases, if you have to borrow money in the future, that only helps you, but you have this certified advisor do that for you.
So they are doing a rate study for the town also?
Yes.
Is that, is this 5,000 only included? This is only us.
That's only you.
Where does it come out of? Where are they gonna come out of? From the budget?
Well, you'll probably have to take it out of, either your attorney.
Yeah, I was gonna say legal, but there,
Yeah,
there might have
I think we
been.
have professional services.
Yeah, we changed it to professional services to cover it.
Yeah.
I think that only seems logical that way. We at least have. Somebody does complain, we at least have somebody that's certified and has looked at it and said, this is what is needed. Not just what we want.
Did we do work with London Wiki in the past, or they just provide a bid?
Pretty sure we did.
I wanna say, cause the name sounds familiar, so.
It was in there, we were up at it was for the tower, I mean, you're up at the, fire station, and they had placed, they had a whole array of small towns, where do we fit with respect to the other small towns, tried to show us that
That
we
was
were
a
the
big,
most
that one
expensive.
Baker Tilly who did that.
I don't think so, I think
Don't think till-
it was Baker Tilly, okay.
Maybe London Whitty was
I-
put in a bid.
London Witty before, but it might have been, sorry, I apologize.
No, no, as I said,
They were
it
well
sounds
known,
familiar,
yeah.
yeah.
But they'll do the same thing.
Yeah.
They'll
Right.
Do the same.
Yeah.
Baker Tilly's not expensive.
That was the last time you had a survey.
Baker, yeah. So
And they're actually not even Baker Tilly anymore.
No, they're not.
You know,
They changed the name.
they got merged or bought or.
Mhm.
Town took theirs under advisement because they had, it came in so late, they really couldn't read it before their meeting. So if you don't wanna pass this tonight, you can hold on to it till your next meeting. They'll probably look at theirs on October 27th.
I think we can go ahead with it, just.
Yeah, so it doesn't make any
Yeah.
difference whether they
Yeah.
go or not. I mean, they're totally independent of us. I think we should move
Well-
ahead because they say in their
But
letter here, they could be done in 60 to 75 days. I'm just, in that amount of time, there's also some other things in here that meetings as needed and so forth. I think that as
We
we.
gotta get more information.
Right, exactly. And as they proceed through the process, I just think that the board needs to be updated, like if that, you know, if we're moving along, of course, each board meeting we will be, but if something comes up, then that's the only thing that's.
But George, is this a price if they do both of us together?
No, this is just our portion of it.
That's all.
I understand that.
But contingent upon doing.
Yeah.
what it is.
Contingent upon, yeah.
Yeah.
I
You
don't
need to
think
know
so.
that.
I don't think so. I told them I wanted them to roll out simultaneously because of the effect on our customers,
Okay,
but I don't think that,
okay.
they've already started working on the town. They've got buku hours in on the town already, and they weren't worried about the documentation. I was like, yeah, we'll get to the documents. So they're,
Need a motion?
they've been engaged.
I move to, engage with, London Whitty. LWG CTN advisors, to do a rate study for the, Conservancy. On the assumption that the fee/invoice will be no more than $5,000.
Motion from Joe,
I'll second.
second from Dave. Any discussion? All in favor, signify with aye.
Aye.
Opposed? All right, George, what else you got? Anything else, George?
That is all.
All right. Full business, rate review.
That's this.
That's what we
That's
did.
what we just did.
Yeah. We just did it. How's
Just did it.
that?
Any other old business?
Right through that.
None? New business,
Wait, Rick's still working on the, debt collection policy?
Yes, I have it. I have a rough draft, but not to be presented tonight.
Okay.
So I've just got to get it typed up in order and I talked to Carol about it the other day about length of time and that sort of stuff. So, yeah. Hopefully you'll have it by the next meeting, and I figured it wouldn't be approved and go into effect till January once we nitpicked it.
Yep.
Or would that have to be included in our rate ordinance? Or maybe not? It'd just be an ordinance, regular.
It's just a policy.
It's just a
policy
Yeah, yeah.
establishing how we do it. Blah, blah.
It's pretty much just for our information going forward.
New business?
Um. One of the things that has been brought up, so I was telling Tim, and correct me if I'm wrong, because you know, Kevin's leaving. So you are, and you were anyway, the guru of this water and sewage. And God forbid, but if you couldn't work. Didn't you say one time we have a reciprocal with other towns, or we have something with?
We're supposed to be within one, and I gotta get us set up with that, and the town is supposed to be set up within or in Warren. It's actually a rule.
Yeah, what is that? What's it called?
Indiana warning. So it's in one, and it's a mutual assistance from your surrounding areas.
Do we pay into a pool?
No.
To be in it? So how do we, do we have something in writing that says that we're covered?
It would be once we become a member.
Oh,
We're supposed to be a member.
okay,
It just hasn't been done. It was never done when it was supposed to be before I came. Now, just so you know, when Kevin's last day's 31st. He's leaving on a high note. With the saying that, you know, if he's needed, it's just a phone call.
okay.
Yes, he's looking at other properties because he's tired of the windmills behind his. It's causing mental stress. You know, he's got the flashes and the noise from the windmills. He is kind of tired of the 24, but he likes the job. So, you know, just like you got knee surgery, if I have surgery, whatever, he'll come in and assist.
Is there an agreement? Will there be an agreement with him, Dan, to do that? Or how does that
Not
work?
just a phone call.
I was down at the water barn
I
today, and
usually
Kevin
do
was
both.
sitting there. And we were all talking about it at the time, and he said, yeah, that he would.
It's just a phone call.
And Rob is coming along, he can do testing,
He can
He's
do testing.
doing with the
what's
training.
needed.
Dan will oversee mentoring him now, he'll pick him up, because Kevin was mentoring Rob.
Under the direction of my license, as long as if he has a problem, he has to call. That was the only requirement. Anytime.
Yeah.
We had other people. Looks like they have Ron assist me.
So we're gonna advertise the position.
Carol and I are gonna look at the job description, see if
Actually,
they
pulled them
need.
today.
And then write up what needs to be in the posting.
Or look at what we got, and if we need to.
Is there a dedicated site that you posted, or you just do Indeed or something?
Indeed's been one that we usually do.
What about
I
the
put
Alliance?
it on Alliance.
Probably the
I was
Alliance,
gonna say it.
Yeah,
The water-
some sort of,
There's
Yeah.
several, yeah,
water,
out there, so. You know,
Yeah.
but yeah, the goal is. The way we budgeted anyways,
see that,
the status was that. If we could, we'd like to hire a already licensed one. But if not, then. If we could get one hired by the end of December, we could. January might start a new cycle on the training. Because it's, terms are 6 months terms.
be a stroke of luck if you got somebody by the end of the
Well,
year.
I was gonna say, I mean.
I know.
Don't get your hopes up too high.
I'm just saying, Rick, you said you were gonna hunt.
I said it by ear of anybody.
Yeah. they're a few hard to.
I also told you though, the last two I've had, one of them didn't even show up.
No.
One of them showed up for 2 days, left at lunch and never came back.
One I had to get rid of, and Matt was,
Yeah,
to testify that it was a problem on Tecumseh Road. Street,
oh,
so
What's it take to join the IN Warren?
I don't know, I'll find out though.
I just think that there's enough thinness here, guys, that we need to have some stop gaps in place.
Yes, I agree.
Something that,
Some kind of agreement or somewhere that
Something.
somebody would come in and.
yeah,
We've talked about that.
We talked about
Well,
it.
yeah.
It just hasn't been done. It's,
We've been busy
it's
with
a
the
rule,
district plan for years.
Forever. And,
we were stuck on it, and that was the
and
main,
Kevin always covered us from Purdue too.
I had people covering it,
Yeah,
so.
and before that, Carrie Smith from Lafayette,
Just-
so I mean.
yeah,
we
just
got-
let us know, Dan, how much, well, we could, next board meeting, we can find out, how much to join the Indiana.
Oh, yeah, that's just a phone call.
Maybe have that all information ready for next,
Next board.
Good,
yeah,
yeah,
next meeting.
it's just like one of my memberships that I do. We're a member of Alliance, it'll just be another membership.
All right, do we have any other new business?
Say, I got one question. I know chemicals is usually our huge expense. Is there an opportunity? And I may have asked this over the years, if there's an opportunity to partner up with other conservancies and buy in bulk and get a better price? Or is there only one vendor for what we need?
For what we need, we got a specialized one, and actually they got bought out. Because they were getting big and getting in several states, quite a few states. So Hawkins Environmental bought them out. And that way Hawkins survives.
So Hawkins is the only game in town.
It's still called Water Solutions,
Okay.
but Hawkins is the owner of the company.
And so they are the only specialized, we go to them.
Proprietor of
So
the,
do other conservancies have to go to them also?
there's not that many conservancies.
Right.
Other towns, or whatever.
Other towns
yeah.
are.
I mean, everybody uses the same stuff, right?
Yeah, well, different blends. I
Okay,
used a different blend at Purdue. Yes, what we use here, I tried it at Purdue and then I switched, and they made a special blend for Purdue.
okay.
And, but I've also talked to the mayor of New York on behalf of, he had questions about the chemicals, so it's being used all over the place.
Right, but we have no. I mean,
They
there
don't
are,
get.
So you can't really partner with somebody to buy a bigger lot.
because they may have
It's
different.
specialized, because it's,
Right.
our blend is different than
Yeah,
Brookston or.
very possible.
Yeah.
Okay.
It depends on your chemistry or water.
And how many gallons you're pumping and how often you have to treat. and how-
Ours is, what we pump in a month is what Purdue pumps take that back. What we pump in a year, roughly, Purdue pumps that in a day. So, there's big difference. Yes, I bought semi loads, but I really didn't get that break.
Price break
Like,
for bigger quantity.
it was a matter of getting the funds used at the first part of the year, fund year.
well, I guess, I don't know, it's Indiana Warren, I don't know what, the association you're with, are there ways that we can cooperate with other organizations like us to be able to, consolidate or spread out the cost or bulk buy from that standpoint, depending on what exactly we're looking at. Want to hold our costs, hold our costs in check. I'm just curious, is there anything like that out there that we could
We
look at?
haven't had really price increase. Because I made the deal with the original owner. So we weren't getting charged for a lot of things for up until this past year. So we haven't had price increases, but twice in 13 years. COVID drove it. That's the driving factor on the price increase. Otherwise, we don't get price increases. They've been very nice to us.
When did, the new ownership buy out?
But
Water
they're not the
Solutions?
owners anymore.
Yeah, well, I mean, when did Hawkins buy out Water Solutions? So that,
They've been bought out for 2 years.
so,
So we don't sign a contract, we just order.
We just order what. we
Oh, I
need.
see.
regularly,
Uh,
we order regularly.
Oh,
Typically. Depends, the things that you don't want to keep stored for time is bleach. It degrades.
right.
So, yeah, we just got delivery on Monday of 4 drums. But they have to be sized right. You know, I can't be buying great big amounts because then you're under a lot of new rules. Bleach has to be in 30-gallon drums. There's a limit, then it becomes classified under insecticide. So 30 gallons, I don't have to do a whole ton of special stuff. I can have as many 30-gallon drums as I want. We don't carry any more than 4 on top of the hill, and usually maybe 3 at 1 and 2. Phosphate, we got probably 20 bags out here and 20 bags up there. And we have no longer have fluoride. Real Indian American West Lafayette is trying to get rid of their fluoride.
Should never have to begin with.
It's
Should never had it to begin with.
no, it was pressure. Purdue went that route because at the time they were given married student housing fluoride pills for the kids. And it was actually cheaper to just fluoride the whole system.
So we were doing fluoride here?
Yeah, here.
We were stopping a few years.
We built the units, the state came up with the idea, we built this stuff. Tried them out and we came up with a workable one, and then they were given to Battleground. With months supply of chemicals. All
Does it
these
take up
towns got
space in your
to get
wells?
started.
All right, any other new business?
I don't know if Georgia, we had 2 things that we billed, I got copies of them here. One was for when the bus hit the fire, or the mower hit the fire hydrant and we repaired it. And the other one was for, they were in they broke the valve in their meter pit without authorization, and we billed them. And they were to pay by October 10th. Have both of them paid?
Cool.
We do, because I was gonna say, if they hadn't, maybe we need to consider having a member on the board after something's been billed, if it's went 30 days. To head up collection process, and if they won't, like with a follow-up phone call, and if not, go to small claims court. But.
Part of that collection policy.
Is
Well,
Guido still
yeah.
on our board?
We don't.
Well, excellent, excellent, okay. But anyway, I'm thinking in the future. Back on your policy.
Yes, on the
debt,
damage, but
Yeah.
mine was only covering damages, wasn't covering, that's what we're talking, you're talking about.
Yeah, these are both
that's what this is
damages.
gonna cover.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay,
that's what this
okay.
policy's gonna
I
cover.
just want to make sure
And
that they
it
follow up.
defines what steps you take.
Okay,
The last step is smoke cleans.
okay, okay.
That's the very last step.
That was my question.
Any other new business? Building.
Comments?
Yes, comment.
I got it.
Motion to adjourn.
I move, we adjourn.
Second.
She said.
55 minutes.
1:30 Friday.